I love my music. I can't help it. I hope you love it too. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Love the word legacy, and it's not because I'm a happy senior. I am Joy Ruffin, and my work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. My friends, it's a lot, but it's all connected. It's all aligned. I work with women who want to amp up their wow factor, erase the anxiety, the worry, the sense of feeling not valuable and insignificant. We amp up their wow factor so they have some sass and sizzle. But tonight I'm always over the moon. I think I sit on the moon sometimes because our featured guest speaker tonight is absolutely dynamic for all the reasons that you're going to learn tonight. Her name is Samantha Selby, but let me tell you a little bit about her before I bring her up. She is a human design specialist. She's a life coach, a leadership consultant, and her business is supernatural coaching. And it is supernatural. You're going to find out, if you're not familiar with, a lot about human design. And as we proceed onward, I'll share a little bit about you, why I'm so excited for you to meet Samantha and for you to learn a lot more about human design. And all of this will come about over time. But for now, just relax. Sit back and get comfortable and help me to welcome my featured guest speaker tonight, Samantha Selby. As I say, Samantha, come on up. How are you, beautiful?
Hello, Joy. How are you? I'm good, thank you.
Well, I'm a little excited. I sometimes have to calm myself down because I absolutely celebrate the work that you're doing because I know how much is needed. So, Samantha, your background and all the things that you've done, maybe we'll get to that, but you're going to have repeat performances here all the time. But for now, let us begin with you telling us, all of us, what is human design and where did it come from?
Yeah, so human design is basically a very detailed blueprint of your unique energy design. So we are so human design is a combination of astrology, the Hindu chakra system, the Chinese I Ching, the Kabbalah tree of life, and it merges with quantum physics and biogenetics to make up the energy, the blueprint map of who you are and why you're here. So it explains your emotional, psychological, your energetic makeup. So that's what human design is. So
Well,
yeah,
yes,
and
I like it. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So the knowledge of human design was channeled, and it came to Earth in 1987, and it was brought to us by a spiritual teacher, the late spiritual teacher Ra Aruhu. At the time, it's a very strange story, but fascinating. He was living on the island of Ibiza, off the coast of Spain. He had no previous study of metaphysics or knowledge of ancient wisdom, but he channeled the whole system. It came to him through a being, and he over 8 days and 8 nights he
Ooh,
basically had his he was taken over by this being
entity. Mm,
entity. Yes, thank
mhm,
you. And
mhm.
he basically he wrote the and began to comprehend the information, and that's where it came from.
And here we are. And here we are. You know what's fascinating for me, Samantha? I've been on the block and around the block a zillion times. Love doing it because I'm a perennial ongoing student. And I have done almost all of the cosmic alternative modalities, holistic, whatever verbiage you choose to use. But when I came across this human design, it narrowed down for me and pinpointed for me exactly who Joy Ruffin Oak was and what we're here to do. So I like what you said. It's a blueprint.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
blueprint. And I like that word quantum physics because a lot of people who are all in their head, which I can get to sometimes, they might overlook all the other four programs or packages that are part of it. So
Yeah.
how do you approach and how do you get to people who are totally in their heads and just can't perceive of anything like this being? Because one of the things that I like that you say in your report, and I'm happy to be a collaborator with you and a partner and an affiliate because I so believe in this. I know it's needed. But
Mhm.
how does one get to know exactly what their blueprint is, no matter what their belief system might be? Mm.
Yes. So, I mean, firstly, when you learn about human design, you have to feel called to it. If it's something that, traditional science now is, yeah, that we've got to look at now modern science because, we haven't been told the truth about who we are, what our origins are, and traditional science, it's not been here long enough to go right back. And that's why these ancient wisdoms really help with understanding that. We have to respect that. So yeah, we're not told the truth of who we are. We're not just a lump of meat with five senses and organs. We're spiritual. We are energy. We're living inside, I like to call it a spacesuit. And
Well, I like that. I love
yeah.
that. You know why? Because what you say about we have not been told the truth of who we are is so on point. Because
Mm,
no matter what your religious or spiritual beliefs might be, they all have a little bit of something that will give you something of what you need. But what
mhm,
you said that's really powerful, Samantha, and really on point is
mhm.
that you really do have to be called to it. You
Yeah.
have to have some questionable something that says that there's more to
Yes.
you,
Yeah.
because that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Exactly. And we innately, I think when we get to a certain age, we know that there's something more to who we are. We feel we do get, once we have our we go through life, and either we can, we're just kind of winging it,
Yes.
and I was definitely that was me up until my 30s. And then I started to, I think it was when my father died, I started to really question, and it was when my first second daughter was born as well. I started to really question the nature of life, and who we are,
Yes.
and where did we come from, and when we die, where do we go? And that's really when I started to discover my spiritual life. And I mean, I've always been interested in the mysteries and metaphysical studies, energy medicines, all of that. But that's
Yes.
basically, when I come across this system, it just blew me away. And this has really helped me on so many levels to understand myself. And when you really see your potential through this, and like, it's a spiritual technology. It's so advanced, and that's why I love it. It's amazing.
Well, I don't know how, if you have a feeling or you're being called to it, I don't know how you could feel that way. And I heard exactly what you said. And I know that's for many, many people. I had that feeling and that knowing at a young age because I was raised and brought up in the church and I loved it until I began to have an awakening. I began to see, sense, and feel that something wasn't right. It wasn't the church, it was a combination of many things. So I went on my own search, and that search has been ongoing. And I don't knock any other path that people take, but I
Mhm.
knew that there was more for me, and whatever they were pronouncing then and there, it didn't resonate with me at the time. So I hear what you're saying. I think it comes to different people at different times whenever you're called to it, whenever your awakening comes up. But the person who put this together, and whether you believe in God or the source, whatever the terminology is, there's so much more. So you can't stay in the dark if you really want to get to know your blueprint and who you are. So I get that. Why do you think that? I heard what you said, and I like that because it was the same, has been the same for me. Why do you feel that when people are called to it, it's like an eye-opening process for them, that they begin to sense the the greatness, the gift and the genius within them? Because see, we all have it. I've always
Mhm.
believed that.
Yeah.
Always.
So I think when people tap into the modality and they
Yeah.
learn about what it can bring to them, it
Mm-hmm.
really inspires them to yeah, to learn about themselves, and it explains the nuances that it gives them. It gives them a vocabulary and a language to something that they've never been able to be put words to. So when they see that, they go, oh my gosh, like this has just explained me. It's so layered and it's so detailed. It I mean, human design is notoriously a complex tool, but my
Yes.
job is to make it very easy. I write all
Mhm.
my material in layman terms. But yeah, but definitely when people kind of they kind of go, oh, I'll give that a try, and then when they start to read about it, they become obsessed with it, as you have, Joy. When you discovered yours. Yeah, yeah.
Samantha, let me speak to something that you just said, and this is why I'm with you. I have been around. I study. I did a lot of research on all the different platforms. I listened to a lot of different people, and when I heard you, and then I was able to get to something that you were offering, what you said is so profound, and people need to hear this. It is complex, but
Hmm.
not all of us, myself included, are here to be teachers, instructors, and professors at this human design.
Hmm.
Most of us just want to know what I want to know. How is it going to benefit me? So the
Hmm.
simplicity of how you have arranged and put all of this together made me want to connect with you.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah. So as we're trained as coaches,
Yes.
who have studied human design, and we're certified. Um, we've been trained to examine the client's chart and bring awareness to the themes and the soul lessons that were designed to help the client grow. How we can put these lessons into practical work using their unique strategy, their authority, and the gifts and the capabilities, the abilities that we all have. And as a result, we help the client start to make correct decisions that are true and feel right for them. And then the magic starts to happen in our client's life, and yeah, and everything starts to align for them. So yeah,
Yes.
it's very, very interesting. And when I use this as in my practice as a family well-being coach. So I help parents understand their children, understand each other, because when we understand ourselves and when we understand each other, people on that level, things start to, we stop taking things personally. We start
Yes.
to we start to understand other people's brilliance, and it just reframes the way we think about ourselves and how we think about other people, and it all begins in the family home.
That's another reason. Another reason, along with the simplicity of how you've comprised and put all of this knowledge together for us, what you just mentioned is my heartbeat, because for me, it's all about, in this order, family, relationships, and community. Because
Hmm.
under those three, under that umbrella, everything wraps into that.
Yes.
So I'm all about family. And you can say dysfunctional family, families that struggle. Every family has its issues. But sooner or later, we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And
Hmm.
starting off, the younger you are, to give somebody this blueprint, to let them know the greatness and the beauty within themselves and the genius. That in itself is the best gift you can give someone. Tell us a little bit about what it's done for you thus far, because I know that you have two beautiful young girls, and my
Yeah.
family, my sister and I were the only two young girls. We didn't have a momsy like you who was all knowing and wanting to support us. She loved us, we know that for sure, but she had a lot of her unresolved issues herself. So what did you do, and what are you doing now with human design to help you to raise these two beautiful souls?
Mm. Well, yeah. So firstly, I had to really get clear about who I was, and I had to do the work at the time. I had just separated from my ex-partner, my children's father, and so I was in a place where I wanted to reinvent myself, as a newly
Mhm.
single mom. And when I tapped into human design, and it just explained so much about me, and also my shadow sides. I mean, we're not perfect.
No,
We've all
no.
got our I call them the lower expression of our codes. But we've all got them. So, firstly, it began with looking at myself. And then I started to look at my children's designs. And my eldest, who was 8 at the time, she was having a lot of anger. And you know, she's always been a pleaser. She's always been somebody who, would just say yes and just, and I think that already started to manifest because she was conditioned by myself. You've got to do this to, to I mean, conditioning, right? You can
Yes.
go to so many levels. But I guess, when her father and I broke up, she was putting on this smiley face. And then when I actually moved out of our family home, that's when I saw the anger and the extreme forms of anxiety that she was experiencing. And
Yes.
so then I started to delve into her chart, and I really understood what she needed to learn, to grow, to try and decondition. And both of my girls, I've been parenting them according to this system for the last 3 years, and they are so different. They have so many. I mean, my 8-year-old is now 11. She loves to organize things. So I just started to buy games and toys so she could organize. She arranged Legos in all different, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So it just made so much sense about who she was, what she need. She's a fourth line. I'm going to try and avoid going into the
Well,
technicalities.
we'll do that another time because we'll take people too far away, and we don't want to
Yes,
get, because it
yes,
is complex, Samantha. That's a
yeah.
given. But yet, the way that you put this together, it's really simplistic. But let me speak to, before I take a quick reset, what you just said. The conditioning, and men need help too and support. But I'm working predominantly with women because we have been so programmed and conditioned and marginalized and objectified. It's unbelievable. And when my parents separated, the anger, the anxiety, the hurt, the humiliation, and everything else was so paramount in me, I couldn't even focus. So that's why I know this is so valuable, especially for kids. And you just explained how important it's been for your one of your
Yeah,
children. So I
yeah,
get that.
yeah.
I know that it's monumental in so many ways. I'm going to put you in the green room for just a second. And I want to promote this as a freebie to the people who are tuning in here. And I'll be back with you in just a second. Kirill is going
Okay.
to put you in the green room. Just sit tight and we'll get back to you. Listen, I wanted you all to partake of what this is all about because there is so much to it. And rather than get too involved and get convoluted, we don't want to do this the first time out of the gate with you because there's so much wisdom, jewels, and honey and sugar involved in this, but your discovery is going to be yours and it'll be unique to you. You heard me say many times that we're all different snowflakes and grains of sand and raindrops and all that. Well, we are, and human design will show and tell you that. It's done that for me. By the way, I have a free gift to you, my gift to you. All you have to do is just click, screenshot, take a snapshot, and as we put up the link a little bit later, go and get your free gift. It tells you a lot more in depth about human design. And then if you choose to purchase, you'll make the best investment for you ever in your lifetime. You'll be surprised the insight, because somewhere in you, Samantha's spot on. You have to be called to it. There's a question mark there somewhere. This will address that for you. That I promise you. And it is absolutely wonderful the way Samantha has put all of this together, which you'll see. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I've been talking about this forever and ever and ever. I have a master class. And it's coming up tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want you to come because there's a lot that I'll be sharing with you about style, signature style, and showing up and all of that in presence. But in conjunction with that, I'm going to be aligning something with you, for you, that will benefit you when it comes to human design, my prize or gift for you. So make sure you join me tomorrow. In the meantime, I want to go back to Samantha because Samantha, I tend to get too excited, and I say this all the time. And when I get excited, it shows, and it all shows on my face and everywhere. I can't conceal it. But I am absolutely enthralled over this human design because I know the potential. I know what it's done for certain people, and I know what it can do. But tell me, how has it Tell us, let me see, how shall I say this so that we don't get too convoluted here? How many different human design personalities are there? Without getting too involved, can you tell us a little bit about the different personalities, just like you share with us a little bit about your daughter, so that
Mhm.
people can get an inkling when they get their report, what they'll be looking for? They'll be thinking, am I a generator? Let's tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there's five different human design types. There is a manifester, there's a generator, there's a projector, a reflector, and then there's the manifesting generator. So that's a hybrid of the manifester and a generator, and that's what you and I enjoy. We're
Yes.
manifesting generators. So that explains your so many characteristics, your parts
Mhm.
of your personality. There's so many gifts and wisdom in that, how people perceive you as well. But that's just one layer of it. That's just, we start with the energy type,
Yes.
and then each energy type comes with a strategy, and then it comes also with your authority, your personal authority. And that's really when the magic of human design comes together, because we all are here with with our own authority. We're not here to be told what to do. We're here to be confident in ourselves. We're here to be sovereign. And yeah, we yeah
You,
so
Samantha, I wanted you to explain that for this reason. I'm going to take it a little bit personal here. One of the things about, it doesn't matter the time frame, when I discovered that I was a manifesting generator, I liked the name. I said, okay, fine. But then when the person that I met with explained to me about the manifesting generator, and one of the things that she said to me, which really stuck, and I was waiting to hear this, focus, focus, focus.
mm,
Well, focus isn't my strongest suit. It's not my wheelhouse. I can focus when I get into something that I'm really ape over, but it was never, and people say, focus, focus, and you got to do it. And I could never listen to that. So that was my awakening. That was
mm,
like, whoo, I'm in the right place. I'm home. Because not everybody, and this thing about authority, everyone is different. Share with us a little bit about the strategy. And I love the strategy and authority that will lead you to your magic. That's what everybody
yeah,
wants to know. How does
yes.
that work out?
So every energy type has a strategy, and so the manifesting generators strategy is we're here to envision and then respond. So we all have very powerful manifesting abilities, and we're here to manipulate energy. We can have anything we want when we put our brilliant minds to it. But the manifesting generator strategy is to envision, and then so we imagine, we put our goals, we set our vision, and then wait for the universe to bring us the sign. And that's when we can respond. We say yes, or usually if we have a sacral response, we say yes, or we check in with what our authority is, and there's 7 different authorities, and then we go with that. And that's when it's all about really trusting in it. You have to experiment with it. It takes a long time, but when it all clicks, and when you follow your strategy, your authority, those are the 3 master keys for human design. The other pieces, and they're important, but those are the 3 master keys: the energy type, your strategy, and your authority. So yeah.
You know what's powerful here, Samantha, and we'll somewhat end with this because this is a reason that I'm absolutely completely immersed in it and will be in it until I leave the planet. You said when you trust in it, you begin to trust in you.
Yeah.
You begin to believe in the individuality, the uniqueness, and the wholeness of you. That's
Hmm.
really this word that I'm sick of, but yet I have to say it every now and then. That's authentic. Because
Hmm.
so many people are looking, and I was one of them, outside of themselves for guidance and to discover what's next and what should I do. When you go inside and you trust yourself because you get all of this stuff together, you no longer do that.
Exactly,
You leave.
exactly. And
Yeah.
in any self-development work, in any growth or healing work, we have to learn who we are. We have to know who we are. Every spiritual teacher, any shaman, anybody doing this work they're not your guru. You know all of this innately in you, but you've got to understand that, and that's what human design brings to us. That's the gift of human design. It helps us, it empowers us, it helps us learn from our experiences, and it helps us grow from that.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
beautifully, beautifully said. Because we are just the messengers, the guides, the way showers. We can only deliver the information and get excited about it because it's so powerful for us. But that self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control, these alone will lead you to your sovereign power, which you have. We all have.
yeah,
Ah, but it's a discovery. I love
it
that.
is.
What have you found thus far to be the most significant, most potent kind of point that's made for those people who wake and call to come to you for their human design reveal? What is it? Just the awakening, or the oh, I knew that, or my goodness, what is it?
Yeah, I think I have lots of clients who write to me and say, I just actually was coaching a lady back in California, and she
Yes.
said, I've got my human design. This is so, it explains me, and explains me who I am. How, what else? Like you once you go down the rabbit hole, you become really, it's so fascinating. You become so obsessed with it. It's always like more, what else can I know? But yeah, I mean, everybody's so unique and so different. But this lady, everybody kind of, we all want to know we all want to know our purpose. We know we're here for more things. And, usually we look at other people and we say, oh, I could never do that. Human design helps us reframe all of that. You have it in you. You just need to, when you work with a coach, we can certainly help you delve in and reframe all of that. And by the end of the call, she went away feeling excited about who she is and
Mm,
what she can now create. She's got a business, and what she can
yes.
create from that, just using the three master keys. Um,
Creating her
yeah,
magic, creating her
creating
magic.
her magic.
And
Yeah.
you know what you said though, Samantha, that we're going to end on because it's so powerful. And this is where we as women, and those maybe who think they have it all together, know it all, and they don't, is that we are so uniquely different.
Mhm.
We have to stop this copying, competing, and comparing. Because once you get into your human design and your self everything, all of these elements that come together, your magic comes through. And
Yeah.
that is exactly what happens. And then you're respectful of everybody else, but you know that it's all within you. This is the beauty of why I'm excited about it and will continue to be. I love it. I absolutely love it. I do believe that when you're ready, what do they say? When the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Mhm.
Well, we're talking generationals here. But when I saw you, I said, that's my instructor, that's my professor, that's my teacher. And I wanted to align with you. And here we are. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The time is gone. Where did it go?
Oh my gosh.
Share with us whatever words of wisdom you'd like to leave us with. The stage is yours.
Okay, so anybody can use human design. It's not a religion. It's not a cult. It's or a belief system. It doesn't put you in a box. It doesn't
Yes.
label you or judge you. Human design really is challenging the ego, and it reminds us that we're all equal. It doesn't tell us whether we're good or bad people. No design is better or superior to another. It can't be compared. We cannot be compared, because you are uniquely you. There's never going to be another design of you in the history of the cosmos. So
Yes.
yeah, if you really want to understand who you are on an authentic level, then getting your human design reading book is the perfect starting place. So I
Great.
invite everybody to follow Joy's links, and we are collaborating in this amazing partnership, and we can go from there.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, the time goes and I always go over. Thank you, Samantha. Carilla's going to put you in the green room and I'm going to be with you in just a second. Thank you. My friends, I could go on and on and on, but the time goes here. I am absolutely 100+% behind this human design and collaborating with Samantha. Samantha is really on top of it. Her program and how she's aligned and put it together, you'll find none better. And I'm not knocking anyone else. They're all good, but I align with what I consider for me the best of the best, top of the line, high end, and so on and so forth. You be well and take care. Stay safe. Do whatever you have to do, but take care of you first so that you can look after others. And don't forget to click the link and get your freebie, my gift to you. And trust me, you're going to love it. Have a great rest of the week. Sending you much, much, much love. All the best. Be well and take care. Cheers.